Excellent. And so she'll take a quick roll call, and then Kathy will turn it over to you.
Thank you.
Kathy Newland.
Here.
Joshua Friedman.
Yep.
Warren McKenzie.
Present.
Ann Darling. So what do I do? Okay. Michelle Cripps.
I'm here.
Okay. Jason Moreski.
Here.
Darcy Van Ness. Okay, she's absent. And Danielle McCarty. No. Absent.
But we do have a quorum.
All right. Good afternoon. The Zoning Board of Appeals public meeting of the Town of Waterford is now in session this 9th day of July 2020, 3 p.m. All decisions of the board are final in accordance with Connecticut General Statutes 8-8B. Any person aggrieved by any decision of the board may take an appeal to the Superior Court. The appeal shall be commenced in accordance with Section 8-8E and F within 15 days from the date of the notice of the decision was published as required by general statutes. Today, we'll be appointing Jason Marineski for Ann Darling. With this web-based call, we're operating under the following procedures. This session is being audio recorded. Please be advised that today we are also recording the video of the proceedings. We will not use the chat feature for this meeting. To ensure good sound quality, the default rule of this meeting is that everyone will remain on mute. Commissioners and staff will generally remain on mute except for when speaking or voting. Public comment will only be accepted during the public hearing portion of the meeting. The chair will announce when the hearing is open and will also ask for public comment. Public comments will not be accepted after the hearing is closed. If a member of the public creates an audio or video disruption, they may be manually ejected from the meeting upon recommendation of the staff or the chair. When the hearing's open, you may give your comments in the following manner. Use a raised hand feature in the Zoom and wait to be called on. Before the hearing closes, we will ask for any new comments from people who are only able to join by phone or are unable to raise the hand feature. If multiple people attempt to speak at once, staff will help moderate. State your name and your address for the record. If multiple people wish to speak, the meeting moderator will call on you individually. Please listen for instructions. We appreciate your attendance at this meeting. Should you have any questions about the process, you may please call the staff at 860-444-5813 after the meeting has ended. Okay. Approval of the May 7th meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minute.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
And any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Any opposed? So moved. Okay, public hearing. Application Z-20-2, appeal of Ryland LLC, owner and applicant James Bernardo LS, agent at 52R Millstone Road West, R20 zone, Variances are requested from zoning regulations, section 4.4.1, front yard setback, variance of 13 feet. Section 4.4.2, side yard setback, variance of 8 feet. Variances are required to construct single-family dwelling as proposed on plan entitled Zoning Location Survey, property of Rhineland and LLC, for the property located at 52R Millstone Road West, dated June 1, 2020.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
All right.
If you can
I'm sorry.
state your name and your address.
Yep. My name is Jim Bernardo. My address is 102A Spithead Road in Waterford. And I'm a licensed land surveyor, and I'm here this afternoon representing Ryden LLC, which is the Wadsworth family, for their property at 52R Millstone Road West. As it said in the public notice, the property is zoned R20. To the north and the south, north, south, and east are single-family residential structures and property of Dominion. And I'm actually going to try to tilt my camera up a little bit. Dominion owns this piece of property over here.
Hey, Jim, this is Abby. We do have the presentation available to share if you want us to pull the site plan onto the screen.
Yes, would you please? Take my mug off of there and put Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, to the north and to the south, and as well as the east, are both single-family residential. And that little area by where your cursor is, that's owned by Dominion. It's also a residential house located towards the front of the property, and then Millstone Road West on the westerly side. Also along that southerly boundary, there's a 25-foot sanitary sewer easement and a right-of-way which goes to those properties in the back. That sanitary sewer easement, from what I understand, we're talking to Jim Bartelli, is a sewer easement that goes and cuts through the Millstone property and down to the sewer pump station at Mago Point. This property is served by municipal water and sewer, and it is not located in any special flood hazard area. There is a pocket of wetlands which are previously delineated on the adjacent property to the east. Can you see me?
No, when the screen is shared, we can't. I can stop the share if you'd like.
Well, I just wanted to indicate where the wetlands were on that adjacent property. Okay, there's a wetlands pocket located over here on the adjacent property. And then this blue line that I've tried to highlight on my survey is the 100-foot regulated upland review area from those wetlands. There's currently a 2,300 square foot barn here in the middle of the property. And there's no primary residence. Previously, there was a house located here in this back corner, and I'm not sure if you can see that or not. There was a house located here, and there was a garage here, but those were demolished previously. But those locations were documented on previous surveys. I'm going to quickly review the zoning compliance chart, which you'll find on my plan up here in the corner. Minimum lot area for the R20 is 20,000 square feet. Minimum frontage is 85. Setbacks are front yard 50, side yard 20, rear yard 50, and the maximum height is 35. So when you apply your front, side, and rear setbacks, what you're left with on this particular piece of property is this little triangle piece that you can see hatched in the middle there. That would be the 50-foot front yard, 50-foot rear, and the 20-foot side. So that's the only remaining portion of the property. And that's about 750 square feet that's left over once you apply all the setbacks. So what the owners are proposing to do is propose a single-family home, a 42 by 28 modular home, 3-bedroom with a single car garage underneath. That's about 1,200 square feet of living space on the upper floor. Because of the high water table, there's no basement proposed. The building will be elevated up on a frost wall to grade and then framed up from there. if you take a look, if you could put up the building elevation sketch that I provided.
Where is that?
Yeah, those are the plans from the modular manufacturer, and this is the building elevation. So you can see by that, what we have is we're going to have just a frost wall underneath it for frost protection, just to get us above the grade line, and then it will be framed to match the upper level, and there will be a garage underneath it and storage for for a furnace, oil tank, and things like that, because there's no provisions in the modular itself for any kind of utility room. So those will all be located in the lower level. So in order to get to the front door of this house, you need to have the stairs and the decks that go around it in order to get access to that upper level. And again, there will be a one-car garage located underneath it. So in order to build this as proposed, there's two variances that are going to be needed. A variance of 37 feet is required from section 4.4.1, which is the front yard setback, to allow a front yard setback of 13 feet, and that's measured to the deck. And then there's also a variance of 12 feet required for section 4.4.2 to allow for a side yard setback of 8 feet, which are both actually improvements from what was there before, from the previous locations of the houses and the garage that were there. It also provides us with some buffer from that wetlands. We're trying to accommodate as much of everything of those things as we could. The hardship on this that I think the commission will find is that, due to the unusual configuration of the property boundaries, it doesn't permit a reasonable use of the land under the current zoning regulations, again, with only the triangular piece of 750 square feet available. The current non-conforming accessory structure, which is the barn, will become somewhat conforming with the construction of a primary residence on the property. And then again, the inland wetlands located on the adjacent property and associated 100-foot upland review area places additional limitations on where development can take place on the property. So with that, I'll open up the floor to the chair to any questions.
Does anybody have any questions?
I just have one super quick question. On the application, it says you're looking for a variance of 13 feet and 8 feet, but the difference of the yard size is 27 feet and 12 feet. So wouldn't the variance be for 27 feet and 12 feet, not 13 and 8?
I actually, when Kathy read the wording on that, I was a little confused as well. Is it actually written that?
Because I have the application for the variance right here, and the variance states 13 feet and 8 feet, when the actual difference is 27 and 12.
I want to, if you don't mind, just bear with me for a second. I want to pull up the.
No, please. I was just, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I want to see
27 is a lot more than 13.
Yeah, application.
13 and 8 is what's left over.
No, it actually, right. It says a variance of 37 feet is requested for a front yard setback of 13. And it also says a variance of 12 feet is requested to allow for a side yard setback of 8. And that's my understanding. That's the way I've always worded them in the past for this commission, was how much you need for a variance and what you're going to provide. Is that correct? Is that your understanding as well?
Right. Mark Rekevius, planner. The variances requested in the application are correct. So you are looking for a front yard setback of 13 feet. Once everything is done, a side yard setback of 8 feet. The read-in established a side yard setback variance, example, of 8 feet. Front yard setback variance of 13 feet.
Yeah, I kind of panicked, and actually, as you could see, I quickly tried to pull up what was actually on the notice, because the way the chairman read it, it did not appear to be read correctly.
Well, that was
my application is worded correctly.
Exactly. Yeah. It was read correctly. It was not worded correctly.
So what's on the application is correct. And what is on the public hearing read-in that I read, it's just worded wrong, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And so because I read that and it's worded wrong here, does that make a difference because it's right on the application?
Okay.
What was the advertised language?
It should be.
The advertised language was variances of 8 feet, variances of 13 feet.
So correct.
Not-
The advertisement was not
The
correct.
advertising was incorrect. That's right.
Okay. So it appears as though what was advertised is not the correct language. So if that is the case, my recommendation would be to continue until such time as a correct advertisement can be published. Otherwise, if the commission were to vote for something that was different from the advertisement, then if there's any challenge to this, any public input, folks may not have gotten the correct message on what was being requested.
Unfortunately, I didn't pick up on that myself, so yeah.
So should there be a motion put forward for a continuance?
Yes. Yes, there should be.
Okay, then Warren McKenzie of 154 Old Norwich Road would like to put forward a continuance.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion?
That would be just a tabling while the commission re-advertises the notices. Do we need to re-notify adjacent owners as well?
That's correct, because the notices that they receive are based upon the advertising in the paper.
Okay, unfortunately, Mark, I agree with you. So,
So
yeah, I think we should, just to cover everything, we should make sure that's advertised and people are notified correctly.
we will cover the advertising, I mean, the mailings. Jim.
Okay.
All right. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. We are continued. The application is continued. And so moving on, vote for new offices. Does anybody want to make a motion? That would be for chairperson and vice chair of the commission.
You're allowed to nominate yourself?
Sure.
Well, I'd like to be chairman again.
Okay. Any other nominations, or do we need seconds? I don't know.
Warren McKenzie will second that.
Okay. And anybody else? Okay. So all in favor of Josh as chairperson? Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. And vice chair? Anybody want to make a motion?
Kathy, do you want to do that?
I will.
I nominate Kathy.
Any other, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any other nominations? Okay, hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Old business. Do we have any old business on the table?
No, we do not.
Okay. Any new business?
No new business.
Okay. Any correspondence?
None.
All right. So do I have a motion to adjourn?
I motion we adjourn.
Second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
So moved. We are adjourned. Everybody have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.